Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hexath'locke. I'm your host, Tortimer the Grey, as always. Last episode we trekked... Oh, didn't even attempt to look at that door. Last episode we trekked through the Seafoam Islands from Fuchsia City on our way to get to Cinnabar Island here. We resurrected our fossil and got Cthulhu the Almanite. And I did a little bit of grinding off camera. These guys were all pretty close to 45, so I got them there. Blaine's highest level Pokemon is 47, so I figured this is a pretty decent place to be. I grabbed Sokka. I didn't really do any grinding with him yet. I figure I'll lead off with him actually when we go into the Pokemon Mansion here. And while I'm thinking about it, I should probably teach him Surf, just so we're good to go. Yes. Oh, he doesn't know Hydro Pump. Alright, we're getting rid of Water Pulse. Okay, so we'll rely mainly on Sokka and Leo in the gym battle with Blaine. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try and get this island done today. So let's head on into the mansion here. This was always one of my favorite parts of the game. I like, I've mentioned before my distaste for some of the later gens. This is our first encounter here. Let me try that. Oh, coughing. No. Alright, well, I didn't really want a coughing anyway, so I'll take that. This is one of I've mentioned my disdain for some of the later generation games because they just, like, shove the plot down your throat to the point where you don't even, like, get to enjoy playing the game. At least that's how I feel. I feel like, especially in the second set of Gen 5 games, so Black, White, and 2, or Black and White 2, like, I just cannot get away from these people and the plot. There's just, like, every 2 seconds I'm in some sort of cutscene full of text that I've got to listen to. Anyway, so I think, one of the big underlying things in this game is, obviously Team Rocket, and Giovanni's involvement with the creation of Mewtwo and all that. And I like the Pokemon Mansion here because you kind of, you get to learn what you want to learn. So, it's got all these books and tips about Mew and Mewtwo and what happened here, and you've just got this broken down mansion. And, if you don't want to know why it's here or anything at all, you can get through this game without, finding that out. But if you take the time to go through and search and, delve into the game, you figure out all these cool little tidbits about, well, why is this mansion ruined? Why is, the gym locked and all that stuff? And if you're not really paying attention, you don't really think about it. But, if you read all the journals and stuff in here, it really makes the game that much more rich. But it's only rich because, you're discovering it for yourself as opposed to them grabbing you, being like, hey, did you hear about this legendary Pokemon? Why they're so great? And it's just like, oh my god, I don't care. And I think the fact that you get to explore it for yourself makes you, at least it makes me care more. Yeah, anyway, I've griped about that before. I like that this game is more sandboxy, lets you kind of do what you want to do when you want to do it. But yeah, so I like this. I like getting to read about Mew and Mewtwo's history. I think it's all pretty cool. I've read some great Nuzlocke comics that take a twist on Team Rocket's involvement and things like that, and I think that that there's some pretty cool things here. So let's. So I mean, just little tidbits there, and you've got to kind of piece it together. But yeah. Alrighty. Zinc. I've got to use all my vitamins here at some point because I usually just collect them, and then like at the very end of the game I'll remember, oh, I've got all these, and then I'll use them. But yeah. Oh no. not a scary face. At some point we have to fall off a giant cliff here, and I'm probably going to forget to do that. Or, well, no, I'm not going to forget to do it, you have to do it, but I'm probably going to forget which cliff I'm supposed to jump off of, and then I'll have to run back up. I always seem to, like, I think I remember which one it was supposed to be, but I always remember incorrectly. Because I was like, well, I think I choose this one, but it's actually this one, and yeah. Calcium. Lots of vitamins in here. Da-da. Oh, exploding wheezings. And this is another thing. So, Ghana, South America, in a lot of ways, the Pokemon universe tries to set itself apart from the real world, but then you get things like that where it's like, this is, you know, the Earth that you know and all that. So, let's just run. Sokka's got no real good useful moves anymore, and he's dying. Got lots of poison Pokemon here. I had somebody ask, you know, why I still had no Alakazam, because I said a couple episodes I was going to try and evolve him with via hacking, because I realized that trading between instances of the VBA wasn't going to work because my ROM was glitchy or something. So it won't let me save if I. Here, I'll show you. If I attempt to save. It says this, save error, please exchange backup memory. So like this instance of the ROM, for whatever reason, it doesn't let me do that. So I've got to try and hack him into becoming an Alakazam, which I will do. He's doing great still at the moment, so you know I'm not too worried about Sylar. But I definitely before the Elite Four will do that, just because I want everyone at their best. But for now, you know, Kadabra's cool, so we'll keep Kadabra. Ooh. Don't like getting Hyper Fanged as a Kadabra, though. That's less than ideal. Yeah, he's fine. He's faster than most of the stuff in here, unless they're using Quick Attack, and I don't really care about Quick Attack, so... More vitamins. Alright, Psybeam. I want to apologize to you guys. Last episode, I sounded so dull. And it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. My wife got up to go to work early, and so I was like, well, I got a bunch of time to kill. Let's try and get this episode recorded, because I'm supposed to upload it today. And so I was pretty exhausted, though, and I was trying to get it out, and it sounded so... I could tell that I was just dull and boring and tired. And, so, I gotta... Here, Mewtwo statue. Click this. Yes. Alright, here we are. Yes, let's, Hobbs can have this one. But yeah, so I want to apologize for that. I also, as I was watching the episode back, when I was putting in annotations, well, I put in one annotation, because I knew there was one thing where I'd mentioned I needed to go back and check. I realized that I did a quick speed-up montage thing, and then I had to start the music over at one point, and I forgot to trim the music down, so I played the music loudly over when I stopped the montage and I was talking for a little bit. I don't believe I was saying anything terribly interesting, so I didn't bother to go back and redo it, just because it was uploaded, and I would have had to take it down, and it's just, you know, all this stuff. So I didn't mess with it. So this is where we jump. I think it's here. So we'll see. You guys are probably like yelling, "No, don't do it." Actually, I think this might be right. So yeah, I also didn't mess with that. Gosh, stop hyperfanging my. All right. Zelda. So yeah, last episode was great, except for all the parts that sucked. But yeah, so I apologize for that. Actually, I think this is the wrong place, because this is the book that told us. Yeah. Darn it. Well, this will give me a chance to run back and heal. Eradicates for days in here. But yeah, so I wanted to apologize for the lack of quality in last episode. And I forgot what the question of the day was at the end. I was just out of it. But yeah, and the subject matter itself wasn't that interesting, I guess, either. So overall, just really, really terrible. But thanks you guys for watching it if you did. Yeah. My phone keeps buzzing. I'm currently working with my younger brother to do some graphics work for a business he's starting, and because I'm a graphic designer by trade, I guess. Oh, why did I just try to hydro pump that Ratata? And he keeps texting me about things, so that's why my phone keeps going off. But yeah, did I miss any? Oh my gosh, so many freaking things. Protein. Gotta love your vitamins. Take your vitamins, kids. You'll grow up to be strong. Eat your vegetables. Yada yada yada. Alright, here we go. No, we haven't even gone to this floor yet. This guy's not a very good burglar. There's an awful lot of free items still to grab. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry, guys. So many people. Mew gave birth. We named the newborn Mewtwo. See, in this one, Mew gave birth. But I think in every other instance of the Mewtwo origin story, he is a clone. Is he not? Or maybe he's a genetically modified embryo that they implanted in Mew? I don't know. I guess I'm not fully up on my legendary origin stories, but I could have sworn Mewtwo was a clone of some sort. Isn't that what the whole movie was about? The second movie? Or the first movie? Which was awesome, by the way. All the tribal pattern clone Pokemon beating each other up. That was pretty good. Back when the anime didn't suck. Or I was just too young to realize it sucked. I can never quite remember. Oh my gosh. I'm... Alright. Here we go. Alright, I decided to speed some of that up. I was getting so many wild encounters, it was just frustrating. I'm like, oh, this is so boring to watch, I'm sure. So I was like, alright, we're going to just speed through the rest of this. I wanted to stop here, though. One of the interesting things that I read or heard about Ditto at one point was, and this is the perfect time to talk about it. Oop, I need to let myself back out. Perfect time to talk about it, because I'd actually heard that Ditto was created in the attempt to clone Mew, that Dittos are actually failed genetic, freakish genetic clones of Mew So Mewtwo was their lone success, and then Mew was, or Dittos are some of the freakish failed clones. And people say that because Ditto, like Mew, is what is it? I think Mew and Ditto are the only two Pokemon in either in first gen or in the game that can learn Transform. They're both like a pinkish color, and their shinies are both blue. And I think there's something that talks about Ditto's genetic makeup, you know, or whatever. So Mew can learn any attack, and Ditto can become any Pokemon, sort of deal. I don't know. Has anybody else heard about that? I'm not explaining it very well, because when I heard it, I was like, "Oh man, that's so cool. That's true." And right now, I'm failing miserably at that, I think. But that's what I heard, that Dittos are actually failed Mew clones, and there's lots of evidence to back that up. I'd never really thought about it before, but yeah. So we got some good TMs, some good experience. Who's dying? Zelda. Yeah, she'll be fine until we get to the Pokemon Center. Good TMs, good experience. We got the secret key so we can get into Blaine's gym here. We're going to heal up real quick. We're going to lead with Sokka. We'll put Hobbs here. Or, well, we're going to lead with Leo, obviously. Leo's my starter. Sokka will be the backup. Pretty much anyone can be useful here. So let's head on into the gym. Speaking of Mew, have you guys ever had a Mew? I always used to love Mew. Mew was always one of my favorite Pokemon back in the day, but I haven't had one since probably Red and Blue. We had a Game Shark, and so I would hack in a Mew. Let's see, can I still battle him if I open the door with the questions? Well, let's try it out. Let's see. Get it wrong, face a trainer. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, get it right. Here we go. Caterpie evolves into Nightbot. Yes! Okay, so we can still battle. So we'll do both, just because I think the questions are interesting. But yeah, so I always used to hack in a Mew, and I always had one as like an HM slave, and then I'd have one that I taught, all the moves I wanted, a Pokemon to learn. Because Mew can learn any TM. And yeah, so I always liked Mew. I never got one with the truck glitch, or I don't even know if that was a real thing, I guess, but it's something I'd always heard about. Why switch? Let's get Sokka some levels here, because he kept running out of PP in the mansion, and he didn't get nearly as enough. But yeah, so I always liked Mew. Did you guys like Mew? She's still one of my favorite legendaries. I like the more basic, classic design. I feel like a lot of legendaries, and I'm going to be straightforward with you here. I think after Gen 3, we started getting way too many legendaries. I think in like Gen 4 and 5, they each have like a dozen legendaries or more in each generation, and I think that's just obscene. Pokemon quiz, get it right. There are 9, no. I mean, there's like 30 something, but that's just me. I think, there's, I think Gen 3 had a decent amount of legendaries too, but man, when you're over a dozen quote-unquote legendary Pokemon, I feel like that kind of takes the sheen off of it. They're not very special. I don't really care about them. Like Cresselia or whatever, and some of those, it's just like, what? Why do I care? What is this? I don't know. Am I alone in that? You guys let me know. How do you feel about the current direction of legendaries in Pokemon games? Would you prefer to see fewer, better developed legendaries that actually have relevance to the game? Or do you like the vast assortment? Poliwag evolves twice. Or do you like the vast assortment of legendaries that really have no purpose? Let me know. But yeah, I don't know. That's me. But yeah, I like Mew, and not only did we get way too many legendaries, I feel like their designs just like went crazy. And I like the Mewtwo Mew Are electric tags effective? No. I like the more classic, simple forms of Mew and Mewtwo. They're still some of my more favorite legendaries, but yeah. So I liked using them, and I like the way that they are actually integral, important to the plot of this game, without being in your face. But yeah, I'm being a crotchety old man again. I swear I'm not a 151 person. I just, I do feel like the game's got a little out of control in some of those aspects. Oh, can I still do the question? Yeah. Pokemon of the same kind and level are not identical. Yes. Because of EVs and IVs and all that fun stuff. Alright, back to Leo. Yes, it is. Let me show you how true that is, geek guy. Super nerd. Blast Voice. Pokemon quiz. Tombstoney? I don't think that's a thing. I think 28. 28. Is that Thunderbolt? Or is that Earthquake? I can't remember now. I should really know that. Well, I shouldn't know that. Nobody should know that. Nobody should be able to just look at that number and know what TM it is. But I've played these games enough times, I probably do know that, and I just can't remember that I know it. But yeah, so we got through the gym. Let's take on Blaine. There's lots of interesting, and I'm not sure if it's canon or not, but lots of interesting backstory with Blaine and Mr. Fuji and how they were involved with the creation of Mew and Mewtwo with Team Rocket and all that. I've read so many fan comics now that I'm not sure if they're canon or not, but they're still pretty interesting. I thought he had a Magmar. Maybe that was the anime. And my whole strategy for this was to use Rain Dance at the beginning to quelch their fire moves and boost my water moves, but forgot to do that. Didn't really need it anyway, I guess, but alright, so there was Blaine. The Volcano Badge heightens the special stats of your Pokemon. Here you can have this too. TM38, that's Fire Blast. See, I wish they would just give me Flamethrower. Come on. Flamethrower, Thunderbolt. These are TMs I do want. Oh no. Oh crap. Here we go. Look, it's me, Bill. Long time no see. Hope you're still using my PC system. Well, listen, since we've met up here, how about spending time with me? Alright, so this is the Sevi Islands thing that they... Let's say no. Alright, because I don't want to cram that into this episode. I am going to heal, though. Gonna put Sokka back in the box. And... Who? Oh. Thor. I'm like, wait, who was on my team? There we go. So many water Pokemon I like. At some point I need to do like a single type run and just use like water Pokemon. Because I would love to put Ammonite, or Cthulhu, Dory, and Ness on this team. Sokka. I mean, so many cool water Pokemon, especially in this generation. I may do that at some point too. So many things on my to-do list to do. But yeah. So thank you guys for watching. We cleaned out Cinnabar Island. We've got our fossil. We've taken on the gym. We've cleaned out the mansion. There's probably some stuff in here that I missed. Maybe I'll sweep back through there and double check. But it was just taking too long as it was. So anyway, yeah, I think that we'll call that an episode. Next time we'll do the Sevi Island stuff. That'll probably be an episode in and of itself. So we'll probably do Sevi Island next episode. and then we'll move on to the next gym. We're getting real close, guys. 7 down. Just 1 more to go up in Viridian City, and then we're taking on the Elite Four. So that's crazy. Really flying through here. I was hoping to get through here in... Well, I hadn't really thought of an episode number yet, but we're probably going to be in at close to 20, which is pretty good, I feel like. So, yeah, that's awesome. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm Tortimer the Gray. I asked a couple of questions out there, but, you know, what do you guys feel about Mew and legendaries in general? Let's make it legendaries in general, because I kind of opened it up there. You know, what's your favorite legendary? And do you agree or disagree with me on the direction Nintendo took with legendaries as the generations moved on? Do we have too many, or do you like the wide abundance of legendaries? And in addition to all of that, if you do have a favorite legendary, tell me about that. Tell me who your least favorite legendary is. And if not the same as either of those answers, tell me which legendary you actually have used on a team. I tend not to use legendaries a whole lot. I certainly have made use of a couple of them. I tend to, because they're so much higher level, I tend to use Mewtwo and Rayquaza quite a bit. I love Rayquaza and Mewtwo both, so I tend to use them, or I have in the past, and yeah, so let me know. What are your thoughts on legendaries? Any or all of the above questions that I just gave you. So, thanks again for watching, guys. If you liked it, please give me a like, and as always, I've been Tortimer the Gray. Have a great time, guys. Bye-bye.